in the lineups, kind of just a routine thing for him?
Yeah, I think that Alex Call has been taking good at bats. I think that, so I want to get him in there. Day game after night game, just give get Tay off his feet, and then he'll be back in there on Tuesday for the Pittsburgh series.
How's Roki Sasaki progressing?
Excuse me?
Roki Sasaki, how's he progressing?
Roki's progressing. He's going to be pitching later this week, next week, in OKC. And so the thought is to get him through 5 innings. I think for us, it's just trying to get some consistency out of him to build him up, and also, at this point in time, just to perform. Our guys, our starters are pitching well, so the bar's high, and this is a good kind of learning process for Roki. But just to continue to pound the hitting zone, strike zone, command the baseball and perform.
What do you think he needs to do more consistently there to get better results?
I think that the velocity needs to be consistent, the strike throwing needs to be consistent, just having overall command. The focus certainly is different in the big leagues versus AAA, which is totally fair. But I do think that where he's at, performing and dominating AAA hitting is something that we should expect. This is a learning year for Roki, and he's certainly so talented. But having some success, and how do you get success as a pitcher? You command the baseball, you get ahead, and you're efficient.
Dave, when you look at the last couple months, it seems like you guys have put together a good string of games that kind of have performances like the last couple nights, where there are fundamental things and like the lack of focus stuff. Like, can you explain why that happens, or feel like maybe why that keeps kind of popping up for you guys recently here?
I think it's just, to be truthful, I think it's just, I hate going backward and talking about last year, but when you're playing baseball, you're playing a long season, you're the defending champions, really people are coming after you, which we know that, understand that. It's hard to, keep that dialed in focus every single night. And that's just reality, that's human nature. It's not from lack of preparation or effort, it's just kind of the human part of it. But there has to be a point where that has to be sharpened. And that's kind of where now I feel that the time is now. And so we're in a good spot. We've been playing inconsistently, certainly, up to our standards. And I just feel like we can all, as a group, myself included, focus that much more for the next, 6, 7, 8 weeks.
You talked about this being a strength. You guys in there have used the same term going back a week or 2 now. Are you surprised that hasn't happened yet, especially with kind of like the veteran leadership?
I am. And it happened for, like I said last time, a handful of days. But the last couple of days, I thought we regressed, and certainly with the offense. But yeah, I am surprised, because I feel that, we've got to go. We've got to, if we play the last couple nights like it was the last game of the season or a postseason game, I would bet the results would have been the same. And so that's kind of what we need to do. Again, from myself, the coaches, we all have to get better.
Is it too that opponent driven? Like your guys' record against teams below 500 the last couple weeks has been pretty bad. Is it kind of playing down the teams, or just not kind of bringing that focus in some of these games where you?
I just think it's it's on us. I think it's more of, that's part of it, I guess. You play the Padres or whoever, but I think it's just all upon us to kind of come in each day and, to be honest with you, to not get embarrassed. To get swept at home, that can't happen. So we've got Yoshi going today, and there's some pride that has to come into play as well, and also winning baseball games. So I don't know that answer, or obviously I don't have an answer yet.
Is it too simple to say like it's a switch that can be flipped or something like that? Because I know you even weeks ago you said like that's a really dangerous way to live.
It is, but I do think that, you know, a flip can be switched, but it doesn't feel good for me saying it because I just feel like there's, you know, a certain way you go about things. And each game should be equally important. Every little play, pitch should be equally important. What is that? How you do anything is how you do everything kind of adage. I believe in that. And so, but yeah, I mean, I think that again, when you're playing a long season, it's hard to kind of be that locked in every single pitch, but that's not going to, you know, I'm not going to not try to ask our guys to do that though.
There's a month left, but kind of how late is too late to flip that switch, even though you don't like seeing it that way?
I don't know. We gotta, whatever it is, we gotta do it right now. We gotta win today. We gotta play better baseball. We gotta play more focused baseball, and then let the chips fall where they may. But we gotta there's just more in there. There just is. Yeah.
Tommy, like the work in the center.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. He's gonna go out this week. You know, play, and you know, do some DHing, playing. So that's a good thing. Vesia is doing well, so he's gonna go out this week. So that's a good thing. Max is still recovering, but we expect him to do some velocity tomorrow. So we expect him to go out this week. You know, getting Michael back, Kopech back on the road, that's exciting. So we're becoming whole, which is also a good thing.
So do you know yet kind of how you guys are going to envision using Tommy with positioning when he comes back? Like, will it be a lot of outfield? Is it going to kind of depend on how things
Not sure. I would say it's second base and center field. And also we're going to be getting Hassan back. So I'm not sure. I think it's more center field and second base.
Dave, Hassan take only one off day if he joined the AAA for the Rio San Martin. That's pretty much. How do you evaluate his outing so far?
I think he's been good. I think that the at-bat quality is fine. He'll be back with us on the road, so just kind of figuring out when he plays. But he's been good. He's you know, Hassan, this is still his first year here in the States, and I think he's done a fine job.
Is there any real chance play him left field in the beginning?
Yeah, there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance if he's going to be playing actually left field tonight or today for the OKC team. So yeah, there's a chance.
Dave Kopech this week, do you have a chance to ease him into the mix, or does he need to be a high level guy?
I'm going to ease him in. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll see.
Just take a look at his command and just kind of see where he is, how comfortable he is.
Yeah, and I do think that there should be a lot better strike throwing. Is my hope now that he's with us. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, he'll be in the mix.
To follow up on Teo, was this like a pre-planned off day, or is it just kind of in response to seeing some of the struggles he's had to play the last couple of days too?
Little combo. It's a combo. I think that you know, clearly he hasn't handled right-handed pitching. I think that, you know, a 2-day reset could help. And so, yeah, I mean, he's an everyday guy, but I do think that, you know, where we're at, we've got to perform too, to warrant being out there every single day regardless, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think so. It's a little combo.
So do you see more opportunity for the Alex likely more on the right field side if you are going to have Teo down? Not down, but just kind of moments where he's off?
Yeah, you know, I just think for me, I think it's to the point of, you know, the urgency piece. It's like, you know, you got to perform. And so I think for me, it's like certain guys earn and deserve with what I see. But if you play well, you're gonna play. And I think that's the way it should be, especially, where we're at right now, so, yeah.
Pete, how much is that playing to just even veterans feeling a little uncomfortable that you can't get too comfortable that we're just gonna run you out there every day?
I think that's a good thing. And so no one is gonna be exempt, no one. And I just think that we gotta play the best players and who's playing, and that's just the way it should be, right? So yeah, I think everyone is, but obviously Shirley's gonna be playing. Mookie's gonna be playing. But anyway, the point being is that, we gotta ramp it up, and we gotta be better, and if some other guys, deserve more opportunities, then they're gonna get them, and that's just what it should.
Is that included in the field?
Yeah, it does.
At his current pace, Yamamoto is on track to make 30 starts this season, and in Japan his most is 26 starts. So are you going to make some adjustment in September?
We're not going to make any adjustments in September. I think that if you look at it in totality, he's building to this year. I know in Japan they pushed him more as far as pitches per outing, so we don't do that. So I think he's in a good spot physically, so nothing has shown that he's fatigued, and I think Yoshinobu's in a good place right now.
Did Edman, Muncy, Vessia, where are they going to rehab?
OKC.
Muncy, is he sick? Is he better?
He's still better, but there's a chest cold cough situation going on, but he's as far as kind of overall body, he feels good, but it's pushed back his rehab a few days, but but he'll be out next week.
Is he still a possibility for the end of the road trip? Or
No. Thanks, guys. Hi, Blake.